Another day, another beautiful balcony view. We are in Saranda. This is in the south, where are we? Southwestern Albania. Not far from the Greek border down there. It's actually the Greek island of Corfu, so we're very close. Nice little town here. Didn't have too much time to check it out yet, but yeah, first impressions, feels a bit maybe like a budget tourist spot, so not the most high end, but you have a lot of these apartment buildings up on the hill here. Look at that. It's a bit of a Balkan Monaco feel with these steep cliffs here. Yeah, it's still off season. You can see the construction guys are getting ready for the summer months and the tourists to arrive. Found this little gem right on the water here. It's got its own little pebble beach as well, and obviously the crystal clear waters. You can just see that in the morning sun. And free parking, 45 euros, dollars. So yeah, what do you get for that in the off season in southwestern Albania? Big balcony, nice clean renovated room, pretty basic, good sized bed. This was just perfect for what I needed for yesterday, just to come in, chill, relax. Nice bathroom, good sized shower, your own unstocked fridge, so you can stock it yourself with some Albanian delicacies, Albanian brews perhaps. The plan for today, not sure yet. Let's see, maybe head up the coast, head inland a bit. Yeah, I'll catch you soon. All right, slight change of plans. Decided to extend one more night down here in Saranda. Use it as a bit of an HQ to explore explore this part of the country, and maybe have a closer look at that seaside town, see what it has to offer. Sort of a budget, sleepy off-season Albanian sea resort. Could be interesting in and of itself. Possibly even go for a dip in the Adriatic Sea. But first, let's go for a bit of an exploration mission and see what we can find in the surrounding areas here. We're heading back into the mountains, the very mountains that we maneuvered yesterday while we crossed the country from the eastern border to the west coast. Stopped off here on a beautiful backdrop, nice little abandoned gas station, service station. Thing you see in Albania is a lot of the gas stations are just that. They're for pumping gas, maybe some sort of tire change or something like that. Many of them don't have any grocery stores or things like that. Just keep that in mind. But look at this, just flowing here serenely by the side of the road is a beautiful channel of crystal clear blue water coming down from the mountains with some natural spring. So we're just heading up these mountain roads. Gonna see if there's some sort of nice pool or lake that we can have a look at, possibly even have a dip in. Absolutely beautiful time of the year to be here. I'm here in April, so it's sort of 25 degrees Celsius. Everything is in full bloom, and yeah, I can imagine in summertime that it gets pretty toasty down here. I mean, we're at the same latitude as the south of southern Italy and Greece. So you can just imagine that this place will be cooking. So yeah, great time of the year, spring. Come and explore some of the abandoned roadside attractions of southern Albania. Quite a common occurrence here in the mountain roads. You come around a turn and suddenly there's a herd of sheep, you got goats, obviously you got some donkeys by the side of the road, horses, some of them are tended. So there's a goat farmer, or what do you call it, a shepherd, a goatherd. Yeah, just hanging by the side of the road. Navigator is telling us we're almost there. Blue Eye, Albania. Some sort of deep hole, a cavern coming from the mountains, a little natural spring. Obviously that's where we get this beautiful clear water. The site as it stands today has become very developed for tourism, so it really is sort of just basically walking a single file to hit all the Instagram selfie spots. Not what I'd expected, probably hoping to get a chance to get into the water, but there were really no swimming signs everywhere, and that would have been a bit of a bad look if I just hopped on my trunks and jumped into that pristine ecosystem as it said on the signs. But here's another beautiful vantage point. So the Blue Eye is just in there, in that little lagoon. But yeah, it's very closed off and overgrown from the sides, and it's very steep, so I doubt I'll find another point of entry. Albania keeps throwing me curveballs, but hey, still get to experience the trek here, and of course the natural beauty. I always have the ocean as a backup if I need to take a dip. Alright, here you see, nicely paved, easily accessible. The cost of progress and development is in Italian teenagers in Fila slides with a boombox. Private beach, ladies and gentlemen. Whoa! Not the softest white sand beach, but it will definitely do. I take back what I said about that Italian guy with his flip-flops earlier. I think he had the right idea. Who's laughing now? Alright, we made it to the lounger. It's not structurally sound at all. but it should do the trick. All right, let's run through the Balkan Riviera essentials. Got a hit of Kids SPF 50. This body has not seen the sun in too long, so don't want to make any mistakes there. Better be safe than sorry. So that's a must. Number 2 is the local beer, Birra El Bar. I'm sure that's probably one of the bigger breweries here, but it's my favorite so far during this trip. So yeah, big up Birra El Bar. And yeah, what else is there to say? It's not much tourist activity. The tourists that are here are still bundled up. They're wearing scarves and down jackets, many of them. Slight exaggeration, but for some of them it is in fact not. And yeah, mostly construction workers getting ready for the summer season. Again, this is not a high season whatsoever, so it's not really representative of what this place looks like in the summer. But nice and chill here, you know, pretty low cost. The water's a bit choppy, so yeah, just building up some liquid courage, and then I'll definitely climb those stairs down and see, have a crack at the Adriatic Sea, I believe this is. It feels like there's a confluence here of a few seas, the Mediterranean. I think the Greek part was called the Ionian. So yeah, one of those three. I'm sure it's all the same water. So yeah, psyched about that. Sea review, not bad at all. Excellent temperature, not cold, nice and neutral. Yep, a bit choppy, as I said, wavy, and just beating this sort of barrier here. I'm sure there are sort of more tranquil coves up and down the coast, maybe some beaches over here. But hey, if you're committed to the craft of swimming, like I am, then this is no problem whatsoever. Very solid. There's a lot of activity over here at the beach bar and restaurant Nertili. So I'm sure that's gonna be a bit of a hot spot when summer season kicks off and all the shorter flights rock up here, the bus groves. So yeah, just enjoying the peace and quiet before the storm. Alright, let's make our way into the city center and see what this, as of now, sleepy beach resort has to offer. Look at this steep little street that we're staying at the bottom of that one. Always a bit sort of skeptical when you're making these turns. It's like, are we going to be able to turn around? But yeah, so far so good. Whew, gotta catch my breath. You got some of these buildings here which seem like construction has been halted. Well, they just got the rental bikes at the bottom there. And some of these buildings have seen better days. There's like the lack of maintenance on them. But yeah, I guess it all just works around the tourism periods. I like that one up there, the Hotel Pristina. I'm sure they run out of rooms pretty quickly. Just turn off the main street there. Just got these stairs. They're going down to this Nefertili. It's a sort of beach bar that I spotted from our place earlier. Let's see if we can get down there. See what the lads are up to. There's some sort of beach club here. The same sort of rocks or pebbles that I was subjected to. Got the lads working hard here for the summer season. Alright, let's continue down to the main sort of beach promenade, the city center. An abandoned plot next to some luxury apartments, EU flag and the Icelandic flag. A lot of mixed messages here. Albania, I think they still have a lot of like allies in the West. In general, that's sort of the direction they're working towards. Possibly join the EU one day. Feels like in the sort of local psyche, the US has long been sort of a bit of a role model, which makes sense. Sort of if you look at recent history, where they're coming from, not just communism, but sort of communism supreme, Stalinism, whatever would be the worst sort of version of that. So if you're coming from that as a background, it's really understandable where you would just want to go to the opposite direction of that. Hey, look, you see down there, they have the same supplier of whatever those are called, sunshades that we had at the beach earlier today. Someone's making some honest money. Good. Sushi place was closed down. A lot of this sort of beach equipment is still sort of piled up. Hasn't really been put to work for the season. Right, we're just approaching that Saranda Bay, which seems like the sort of Corniche or beach promenade or whatever other fancy real estate term you want to use. Downtown, let's put it that way. You got something that looks like a colonial style, something you'd find in Singapore. All right, we made it to the main beach walk here in Saranda. We got some boats moored here in the bay. You have ferries crossing over from here to Corfu, for example. So yeah, a lot of activity here in the bay. Again, I mean, this is evening time, so when it's actually high season, you would expect a lot more tourist activity here. But you can see this nice, again, little Monaco style buildings up on the hill there. So yeah, not a bad spot. If you look at how narrow the streets are here and just how many buildings there are up and down the cliffs here, the capacity, I'm sure it's gonna be very stressful. I thought it was stressful just driving up, finding my hotel now. But yeah, you can only imagine we got a bunch of like tourist buses and cars plowing in here. And then you gotta make a sharp turn up to your hotel. Yeah. But maybe I'm just over exaggerating. Guys, check out this ad. I really like the effort here. It's there's been a proper photo shoot, so you can see what it actually looks like in its natural habitat. It's yeah, it's turned the wrong way though. Usually you point them towards the ocean, but nonetheless, nice. The one I had to work with earlier today was not of that quality, so yeah, maybe let's see. The second time this guy barks at me. Ah, come on, buddy. And you got the honorary consulate of Czech Republic, or Czechia as it's called nowadays. Okay, so it feels like if they're that established here with an honorary consulate, the Czechs have probably been the vanguard of the European tourists to come here. So, you know, they've been scammed, lost their passports, and yeah, the government said enough. All right, we're setting up a permanent position here on the coast of Albania. Not sure what it looks like today. Probably a pretty sweet gig if you have a nice salary, being the honorary consul of Czechia to Saranda, Albania. It's got that old school sort of Miami Beach lettering. Yeah, but you definitely see sort of new things cropping up everywhere. Again, the gents just fixing up the balcony there, hiding that damp spot. It's another thing with the roads here. You gotta have the Albanian street dog. You got 2 lanes. Half of the lane is just taken up by people who have parked on the side, so you're basically working with 1 lane in the middle of the road. Yeah, and both directions of traffic are fending for that little part. Boys, we got new money right here. Not a bad view to fend with right there. And you got the ASY rooftop bar. outside gets pretty lit. I actually have a park here. That's our spot right over there. Check out this magnificent sunset. I think we walked the majority of the coastline here in the city, where we stopped. The boardwalk obviously could have continued there, but now what am I talking about? I mean, it definitely continues down there as well. Yeah. Call it a day at some point. All right, just heading back down here to the hotel room. Take it easy, pass out, see if anything else happens today. Otherwise, see you in the next one. Back on the home stretch doing this amazing calf exercise. We got a nice little kitty cat here. Doo-doo.